Hey, what's up, guys? ExcitaBros here, and if there's anything we talk about in this video, there's timestamps in the description below. I'm Thomas.
I'm Johnny.
And this is our friend Lucas.
Get excited.
We were talking about beforehand, me and Lucas was talking, Thomas has no idea about any of this. We're talking about the notion of Sony getting bought out by Apple. Now I know Pat has
That's a thing?
Yeah,
Matt
filmed it. It's not happened.
Not yet.
They're
not
in
yet.
talks for but aside from that, this is also a bigger thing, which is also talking about Spider-Man being in the MCU.
Okay. Yeah,
So essentially, basically, Spider-Man is Sony's. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man gets bought, has the potential of being bought by Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
By a lot of money.
But
Lots.
if Sony gets acquired by Apple,
Mm-hmm.
which apparently is a thing,
Yes.
it's
A big thing.
in the talks. And
That's kind of scary.
if that happens and they purchase Sony, then that means that means the all of the rights and stuff for all the Spider-Man stuff goes to Disney. It goes back to Marvel Studios, so it will go to Disney. So they will get it for free.
Wait, so because of Apple?
Yes. What
Because
happens?
them purchasing Sony will not exist. Like, it'll fundamentally will exist. Probably they might still keep the branding of Sony. I don't know what they would necessarily do with it. Maybe they would get rid of the branding of Sony and just say PlayStation's are Apple product. You know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm not digging that, bro.
I mean,
I'm not an Apple person in the first place, and so if the one thing,
Dude, imagine you can get an IPS5, dude.
don't want it.
Believe me.
the only reason why is probably because your brother's hoping that maybe if Microsoft or Apple ends up getting Sony, guess what? We might actually PS4 or PS5 actually coming out might actually be able to get Microsoft games.
Oh, and better cross-platform options.
Yes.
Yes. So in
that's
theory,
true.
it's good if that's how they go about it. Because we know how Apple is, bro.
But see, I feel like their acquisition of Sony is purely for... They see all these people going into gaming spaces. You know, Google's trying to come up with... trying to get Stadia going. They have all these other... like third-party people making stuff. I don't even know. VR popping off, and so they're
Soulja
like,
Boy.
let's try to not, even PlayStation having PlayStation VR. They're like, no, they're not gonna try to just start from scratch.
Yeah.
They're like, we have the money. Why not just buy Sony?
Well, okay, so Apple actually has the capability of making something good enough to do that because Google has the capability of doing it. Why not them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Stadia has its flaws, but it's still a good thought process. It's just like, Xbox came out and it was kind of like hit or miss, It was still a big thing, but like it was still kind of hit or miss. So Stadia is a hit or miss thing. It's their first thing. I think if you give it some more time, it'll be better. So I don't see why Apple couldn't do that.
We've been trying to do VR since the 80s, so...
Yeah.
And just now.
Remember those little things you looked into and you're like, oh my goodness, what the...
No,
you know what I mean? But it was just like paper.
I just remember like movies from the 80s that they would be at a mall and they would get into this, it's a VR machine, it's a honking thing.
This boy over here wants it Back to the Future kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Bring skateboards, we could do this.
Well, see, I don't think Apple is pushing that. You know what I mean? They're pushing that everything in the open, and it's just weird to me. I don't really dig it. That's the reason why.
No, I mean,
it's okay, but it's not for me.
It is a thing of this thing is buying up all of these things, and then there's going to be like three people
powerhouses,
everything,
and then eventually maybe they'll have enough money to buy the other one, and there'll just be one powerhouse.
Yeah,
and that's the scary point of it. Why can't Sony just be a good business in the first place and actually cooperate with the other places, and they can make a bunch of money just by being a business instead of being like, let's make a bunch of money now by selling it for $15 billion or whatever, and then make that money and then them run out and then not be a thing. I think it's a problem where bigger businesses think that they're not a big business in the first place. You are a big business. You are Sony. You are a household name at this point. Why can't you just do good? It's like, do better. But no one's. I don't think people in the business want to do that. They just want to make money, and whenever it runs out, that's it. That's just weird to me.
The two big things I could say about this is like, I think today money is like everything to people. Like people buying in things, but the second of all, think Disney's gonna own everything. Sooner or later, Disney's just gonna own like 90% of like everything.
At this point, they just own Florida.
Yeah,
right? In California.
They own Florida and California. They're starting to
the
migrate.
lower half of California.
It's scary. We're too close to Florida. Alabama's gonna be Disney soon.
That Hollywood.
It's gonna be a Disney state.
It's gonna be Disney.
Well, I think
big old Disney.
There's actually a point where
Disneyland.
people we're talking about how like all the land for United States is a certain amount of money. Like I can imagine just someone actually just buying out the whole United States.
Yeah, we already did that once called a Louisiana Purchase.
True. Big facts. We're gonna have the American purchase soon.
But
I don't know who's gonna buy us though. Probably China.
Just China.
Yeah.
Oh, we owe them a lot of money.
Yeah. They'll be like, can you give us some of your land? And we're like, okay. And then eventually, it'll be like the Indians. We'll be the Indians.
And then they'll put us on. Man, that's just.
We'll be put on reservations.
This is technically like
will we deserve it? Maybe, I don't know.
Are we putting it? We're putting it out there though.
I mean, technically,
this could be a thing now. We're putting it out there in the ether.
What was it?
Shut up.
Chinese people are gonna see it. They're like, uh-oh, we got an idea.
Think about
Let's take Alaska.
Well, I mean,
Hawaii's close enough. Let's take that too.
See, he's thinking this, but then you have to think back in way back in the day. I can't remember what the date was, but Asians came over from the ice capsules through Alaska and settled into America. Mm-hmm. So think about it. If we took it from technically Asians, and then China comes back over here and is like, "No, what? This is all ours anyways because y'all owe us like."
Isn't that kind of what's happening in Hong Kong?
I thought they were.
Hong Kong was kind of owned by Britain or England, something like that. Like so it's like
a long time ago.
Yeah, but and it's not. It's still theirs. They still have power over it. But China's like, oh yeah, this is mine.
That's like.
Let me see.
That's like
I will be fact checking situation.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Well, I mean, it could be.
So
I just remember after World War II, Germany and Japan was actually owned by part of America and somewhere else. But the reason why the military's in Japan still is because German people and Japanese people can't authorize a governmental military because of what happened. So I know for a fact they can't have military, and that's the reason why most of Americans have actually military bases in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you think about it like this,
we own Japan.
I'm cutting all the way back.
Okay, let's go for it.
Apple buys Sony.
Alrighty.
All right. This is going to be a long tangent. Apple buys Sony. Okay.
Gotcha.
Spider-Man in the MCU, whatever. That's a whole different thing. Okay. Where's Apple based in?
I thought Apple was based in wasn't Apple part of Microsoft at one time?
No.
Was it?
Apple's based in California, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But who was it that was...
It's manufactured.
Seattle, Washington.
So, it's on the western seaboard.
I don't think nothing is made in Washington.
Okay, whatever. Well, dang, don't roast it. Seattle people.
Oh, my bad. Y'all's fans. I'm sorry. Y'all's fans is like, we own everything down here.
But that's really close to China, dude. So China, if they invade us, Apple's going to be the first thing taken over. Okay? In the end, guess what? China's going to own Disney.
They're just going to attack.
And then when China owns Disney, they're going to own us because Disney owns most of us. So, technically...
Bruh. Is that what we're going to do? Like, can you imagine Disney's going to buy everything and then just sell it to China? and then China's gonna own like 90% of America. I mean, they already
they
like
kind of own us right now. But okay, the Simpsons, it's a thing. Like they've already made episodes. Why isn't people watching the new episodes? And they can just see the future at this point, right? Because they've predicted so much. Why don't you just watch the new episodes of Simpsons and then you'll be like, okay, well, how are we going to prevent this one? You know, like I watched this podcast, Pat McAfee. He does stuff on ESPN. He was telling how the person who made The Simpsons was literally a time traveler. He was like, there's no way he isn't. He's either an alien or a time traveler. Like, there's no way he's not. And he was just spitting off fact after fact after fact. I'm like, Pat McAfee's dropping bars over here, and we know that it could be a fact. Because he was like, there's no joke, 20 instances where it was super big things, super huge things that they just predicted, and it was just like, boom. Like, that was a thing. Donald Trump becoming president, you know, Disney buying Fox. Like, that's just two huge things right there that they were like, yeah, that's going to be a thing, like, in the future. And it was when they were going into the future. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it wasn't like in their universe, you know, this is what's going on. It's literally, it cut to the future, like a Family Guy type-esque thing when they cut to the past and like, this happened. And then it cuts to, but Simpsons kind of reverse. They like cut to the future. It's like, what if this happened though? And then they'll cut to the future, you know? It's those type of situations and they continually do it. And it's always something that happened. So why aren't people just watching Simpsons to predict the future?
Yeah, but
is that what people in like with the crystal ball do? They just watch Simpsons episodes and they're like, "You're gonna be."
Yeah, but you could also. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty. You got to think, how many episodes of The Simpsons exist?
There's a lot. I watched a lot.
They're gonna get something right, and you're not looking at all the things they didn't.
I know,
right.
but this is literally. There's so many instances that it is, and I'm saying 20 big things. There was smaller things too. You know what I mean? Like the 9/11 thing, that was one. That's a big thing, you know. It wasn't necessarily predicted, but it is a bit weird. Like they said so they live in, I forget where it's at. It's in
Springfield?
Yeah, where's that at though?
I don't think they ever figured out what
yeah, it's in Cleveland.
Is it in Cleveland?
Yeah.
I didn't know they even made it.
Technically, back in the day, okay, that picture was a $9, I think, bus ride to New York, the center of New York, where the World Trade Center was. $9 bus ride sounds a bit wild from Cleveland all the way to the middle of New York. You know what I mean? That's a long bus ride. I don't think that's $9. I think it's probably a bit more than that, you know? And that was just a weird way of doing it. And then it was like 9, and then the Twin Towers in the background. And that was just a weird instance. Like, why was it $9? You know, that's just a little bit iffy.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean...
Didn't have room to put the 1 for the 91 or $92.
No, but the thing about it is you have to think of, like, how much gas was, like, back in the day. Like,
so
whenever I was young...
We're trying to cut this down to the... It's not gas. It's the thought process of, like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if the gas is cheaper back then anyways, then it could have been maybe $9 back in, like, maybe 70s, 80s.
No, this
was it a flashback?
No, this came back to the 90s. No,
This
wasn't a flashback. This was a, hey, you guys want to go to New York? And it was just that. Like, it was just a cut to the paper. And it was just New York Post. Or not New York Post, but like $9 on 11.
How much is, like, a bus ride? Like, just Google and see, like, how much, like, an actual...
Let me tell you about what's going on in Hong Kong.
Over here
I don't think it's Cleveland, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Cleveland either.
But it's I think it's close to Ohio.
I think someone tried
because
to
it's
do
Ohio. Because Cleveland is Ohio.
I know.
Springfield is not in Springfield, Cleveland.
Yeah, it's not Springfield, Cleveland.
Wait,
I was like, it's not in Cleveland.
Try to, like, figure out where Springfield is.
No, they did a research thing. Like, they know where it's at.
Someone did a research
on, like... It's somewhere...
I'm sure someone's figured it out.
It's somewhere middle U.S.
But this is what the riots are going on about in Hong Kong. The Fugitive Offenders and Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Legislation Bill.
Well, that's a big bill.
That's not a. That's probably a big bill.
So
but-
I'll just tell you the fears, the concerns. So this is the concerns of the people. That's why the riots are happening and everything.
Yes.
Opposition expressed fears that the city would open itself up to the long arm of mainland Chinese law, putting people from Hong Kong at risk of falling victim to a different legal system, because it's not technically part of China, so it doesn't have the same legislation and everything. It therefore urged the government to establish an extradition arrangement with Taiwan only, and to sunset the arrangement immediately after the surrender of Chan Tong Kai. I think I said that right.
They're just some of your
Tong
subscribers right there. You can be like,
What?
that man's, he is,
I'm trying
he's
to say
hateful
it, man.
against Asians.
I can't. It's
It's
hard.
hard- it's hard to say
Chang
the
Tong
words.
Kai. It's Tong Kai. One.
Tell
It's
him.
hyphenated.
Look, it's fine. I got
Anyway,
it. I got it.
I don't know what sunset. Sunset is a whole another thing. Sunset provision. In public policy, a sunset provision or clause is a measure within a statute or other law that provides the law shall cease to have effect after a specific date unless further legislation action. So basically, what this is saying is China's trying to change their laws.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're trying to pass this thing that could have them have their laws changed to something that's completely different and not what they've had at all.
Yeah.
All right. So that's why the riots. These riots
I know why
are
the
happening.
riots are going on. That was
So,
the thing I was
well,
talking about.
Well,
That
that's
it-
I was trying to
they
get to
had-
the bottom of that so I could back up you or say you were wrong.
Where you at then?
I don't know.
He's saying that you're wrong.
What was your statement again?
My
exactly?
statement was back in the day, Hong Kong. I don't know when it happened. I don't know all the logistics on that because I was just told by a credible source that
Aliens.
Mhm.
aliens that the England had control over them, but they were on a soft leash. Basically, they were like, you can run everything and be fine, just but at a certain point they were going to be like, okay, here, you've come this far, it's your place now, right? Hong Kong would be its own like thing. That's all it would be. It would just be Hong Kong. Like, I guess it'd be a country, I guess. I don't really know the logistics on all that. But after a while, that was years ago. That was probably back in like after World War II, probably, I would think. You know, so around that time. And then they were just like, oh yeah, China at this point has just been like 100 years. It's literally the 100-year mark. That's what it was. England was like, after the 100-year mark, you can be your own country or something like that. And so the 100-year mark is coming up in the future, and China's like, it's ours, basically. And that's not how it is, you know what I mean? And they're fighting that. They're like, no, we're not. But England's not going to do anything about it because I guess it's their own fight. I don't know. I genuinely don't know all the logistics behind it, and I guess I shouldn't have brought it up. I don't know all that, right? So,
Well.
I mean, it's just
Someone-
something to think
someone
about,
can
you
tell
know?
us in the comments exactly what's happening.
It's just something to think about because that's kind of like scary because if they're just trying to take over a place because they want to, and I mean,
Well, I mean, what happened? That's what freaking
But-
Britain did to everybody.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, that's what Britain said.
that's
Said-
what Germany was trying to do.
Said India, gotcha, ours.
India.
China, Hong Kong, boom, gotcha, ours. Freaking anywhere else that was a trade, like the ability to go there by sea and trade, got them. Like, that's just how Britain did anything. Like, how do you think we exist? Because
I know.
Britain was like, let's go take everything over there.
But
Let's
China's
go.
so controlling, you know? They control literally everything. Like, it's just... Obviously,
They
I was
they
like,
can
want to be
control
part of it.
everything right there, but they don't control anything.
I don't think they're. I think it's not as bad as like we think of like them controlling. I mean, they might have some.
They
things
literally
like,
make it where you can't search. You can't search LeBron James outside of sports.
How can we ever live?
I'm not even joking. Like if you look up LeBron James, all you're gonna do is find basketball stuff. You're not gonna find anything else. You're not gonna find out anything else about his life, anything about like how his stances are. Because you know how sometimes we'll have like news articles that'll be like, "Oh, well, LeBron James said this, this, this." That's not on there. Like it's wiped off the face of the earth for them.
I'm sorry, I don't want to stalk someone. I mean,
Like if you search LeBron James, you aren't gonna find anything about personal for him. It's just gonna be like he scored this many points in this game. That's it.
Yeah,
might want to be
well,
as a basics.
maybe China's just trying to give you the information you need to know, and the information you don't need to know.
It's too controlling.
They're taking that info
because he talked about Hong Kong, and then everybody's like, why? And then it's like China was like, okay, well he talked about it. We can't have him like.
Well, that's like South Park got banned recently from like China because of that newer episode. That was literally called "Banned from China," and they got banned because they made an accusation like we don't want to get sold to a place like that and all this. And I think China just took it like very bad, even though they're like,
well, I mean, maybe in their algorithm of banning stuff, banned from China probably was like, oh, well,
get that out of here.
Just ban that. It's easy.
Yeah,
easy.
It's like American stuff though. There's like, I mean. Think of someone. Do you know anybody in China that's famous that lives in China that we don't have over here? And then you can look up their personal information.
Yeah,
I mean, ain't he famous?
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
You're talking about someone that's not famous.
Like not really, not like
Jackie Chan.
I was gonna say, people that's not over in America or has been in America. That's been in America. Someone that's like famous acting or who singer. Well, I guess you can't say singer
because they have their own culture.
Yeah,
it's hard to transform cultures. Like Americanized culture is literally just a melting pot. That's why we're called the melting pot of the earth. Because literally,
we're a salad.
Okay, whatever. We're not a tossed salad. Okay,
we are a tossed salad.
Use that as like the subject of tossed salad.
We got so many things that it's hard to get everything.
I feel like Thomas is a radish.
I'm a ginger.
Yeah,
okay.
A radish. Got radish hair.
I'm not Raditz, bro. So it's just a weird thing. I don't like controlling this, and that's why I really kind of don't like Apple because I feel like they try to control your phone. Literally, if you buy a Samsung phone, right? You can control what you want on your phone.
Hang on. I want to ask something.
But Apple literally controls what you can and cannot put on your phone.
I'm just wondering, what provider do you use? Like
Verizon.
Verizon sells, to the government information about your phone, but you still use.
And so does Google. But I'm saying, like, if I'm going to get a product, you know what I mean? If I'm going to get this phone and use it, I'd like it to be not restricted. That's what I'm talking about. If I want to use something, I want it to be as unrestricted as possible for my well-being. It's like if there's something that I don't need to see, then that's fine. I don't need to see it. But if it's like Apple literally makes it where you can't download certain apps, they make it where you can't use certain parts of your phone and that's the reason why jailbreaking a phone is a thing. Samsung phones, you don't really see people like, oh, I jailbroke my phone.
Well, Samsung also has the, the professional thing where you tap on the screen like 100 times, brings up all the heavier stuff. Hang on. I can actually look it up.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
tap your screen a lot.
It's the back in the day, it was like that. It was like,
tap your screen a million times.
Developer options. Yeah. We used to not have developer options until now. Where you would tap on the screen at a certain point on your information, and it would bring up your developer, and then developers like pretty much who made the phone could go into it and look at like everything. You can change everything in your phone depending on different things, like how many megs, how much 4K, everything.
Yeah, and so Samsung was very lenient on all that because they're like, it's your phone, do what you want with it, but it's our product, come buy it. And Apple's literally like, hey, this is our phone, come buy it. You know what I mean? It feels weird. It's a bit different, and that's the reason why I don't really like Apple products. I'm not gonna buy a MacBook because it restricts you on so much.
It's like $1,000.
It's terrible to program
And
on.
it's so expensive. It's super expensive. Literally, if I was gonna buy a computer, right? MacBook, how much MacBook going for? Like not MacBook, a Mac, everything was
Air,
I guess. I
No.
don't know what it's called. I don't.
A
Apple
MacBook
sells your
Pro.
Air now.
a MacBook Pro.
The like a
MacBook
computer. Okay, MacBook Pro, right? So you're gonna go buy that. That's running about $1,000, $12,000.
Yeah.
I'd rather use that
$1,200.
$1,200.
I think
Sorry,
that's what we had in
$1,200.
our school.
$1,000.
Yeah, $1,200. I'd
Or
like
more.
to buy a computer for $1,200 and it would be like a gaming computer. You can do so much on it, and that's with
Let's see what the newest MacBook Pro costs right now.
The MacBook Pro when we had it in school, which we had it my senior year, was the half a year we had it. It was $1,000 for a MacBook, but it also came with like Garage and all that on it too.
I
Which
mean,
was pretty cool. But I mean,
those
that's
are
the
cool
only thing.
things, but they're not
But
worth.
Thank you for discussing this because I have to show Kaylin this because me and Kaylin had an argument about between the differences between Samsung and Apple. She thinks Apple's better, which some people I ain't saying to
it's fine.
anybody
If
out
you
there.
want
that's
just
like,
something that because Apples do kind of run longer because it's so restricted because
Okay,
you
there-
can't get into those spots
I
where
want to
things
say
can happen to
the
your phone.
Apple Mac Pro 2019. the newest
2019.
version.
It's not even 2020.
Starting price.
You
Any
want us to
guess?
Any guess? I'll say 1,600.
1,600.
I want to say 960 for 19. I kind of figure it's gonna be 900 because I remember when the newer ones came out. It was like
I will say
1,000.
this is the Mac Pro, Apple Mac Pro, not like the laptop or anything, but like their
Is it
Apple
gonna be
Mac
like
Pro.
that?
their
Yeah, that MacBook,
computer.
not MacBook.
Yeah.
The Mac Pro. Yeah, I was confused at what it was called.
Okay, so is this just like a tablet?
No.
It's
It's
the
their,
actual-
it's
it's
their
actual
computer
computer
thing.
Oh,
you plug
then,
up to their monitors.
Dang,
And stuff.
now I'm gonna bump it up to 1,400 probably.
I'm going 1,600. The price is right.
Well, who was the highest?
Me.
You were closest because it's $6,000.
Boy,
With $6,000, Jonathan, we
For
would
an
have.
Apple Mac Pro 2019. That is the starting price. That is not including like you can get memory up to 1.5.
That is not worth it at all.
I can pay off my car with that money.
Drive. You can get up to a 4.
You could
terabyte
buy a whole car for that money.
hard
boy,
drive,
6,000.
SSD.
Look, I can
Look
understand
at-
why people want it,
Pro,
Name brand. Name brand.
laptop.
but I'd rather buy a computer that is able to run as many things as possible and is not restricted. Because on a computer, the more you're restricted, the completely like it can mess with what you can do. And I know that's a bit, straightforward. The less you can do,
The thing about it is, to me,
But
I feel bad.
it really hinders your computer use if it's a MacBook or
I just-
Mac.
I just
Pro.
think that
MacBook,
Apple was a
yeah.
lot better when Steve Jobs was still alive. Straight up, like Steve Jobs was just like he was like he could see the future. Like what is going to be the next big thing? He made it happen.
Wasn't his last project AirPods or something like that?
I don't think so. I think AirPods was like way after that.
No, I'm saying, but like he started it. Like he started.
I can't remember what his last thing that I remember
Something.
watching. Who was it? I think it was
Because
Ashton Kutcher. was
AirPods are
talking
cool.
about-
In theory, they're cool, and I like how they work. But the way that it's set up is, and how much expensive it is, that's just like too
Bro,
much.
we got Samsung buds.
Yeah, and like
Do I have them?
literally
on there? No, I
skull
don't.
skull candies came out with some,
Ooh.
and they look better. And they're different colors. They're like you can
Probably
pick between
cheaper.
like 20 colors, and they're literally 50% cheaper. Look,
Yeah.
half the price.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because I mean they're like
MacBook Pro. Now this is
The laptop.
I will tell you the specs. This is. I will say this is the most expensive version. This has the highest specs. This is from Best Buy. Okay.
Best Buy.
Yeah, I
The
mean.
next Disney.
Yep, this is my Best Buy. This next- this
Okay,
next
so it
thing.
has 16-inch laptop. 16 inch.
16 inches. Okay. It barely beat
Intel
me.
Core i9.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 64 gigabytes of memory. An 8 terabyte SSD.
8
That's
terabytes.
crazy.
8 terabyte.
SSD now. Solid
Okay.
state drive. Better than hard drives.
No, I mean, I figured.
Okay, so
8 terabytes. That's
8
a lot.
terabytes is a lot. That's going to be pushing like. Okay, I'll be the. You go first this time. You go.
I'm gonna say 2,500.
2501. I'm joking. I'm joking.
He beat me by one. It's amazing.
I'm gonna say 3,000. 3,200. Boom.
3,200.
3,200.
Good guesses. Good guesses all around. $6,000.
What the heck?
Now this is a Best Buy. Now that's the highest priced one. I'm gonna
Thank
go
God I
low.
don't sell things because I would be like, "You want this? This is the original price 6,000. You want it for 3,200?"
Okay. Now this is the
That's
lowest. This
almost
is the
half
lowest. Right here.
price.
This is the MacBook Air.
Okay.
Okay, little thinny boy.
11.6 inches. All right.
Okay.
This is a grade B pre-owned. No, I'm not looking for pre-owned.
Let's go
No,
pre-owned.
maybe,
Let's
yeah.
go pre-owned.
Okay,
Let's go pre-owned.
even if it was pre-owned. Okay.
I don't like how he says that because now it's like it's still the same price.
It's
no.
never been worked on. It's
Intel,
amazing.
Intel Core i5, 2 gigabyte memory, 64 gigabyte SSD.
64 gigs. That's not
Okay.
bad.
Not
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
think I know where this one's going to be
anything.
saying.
This is to like do some schoolwork on,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. I think I have a good price. I'm going to
Okay.
say 500.
Okay.
Actually, I was thinking about that. The 64 gigs is what's getting me. I
Yeah.
think the 64 gig. I think it's going to be about 450 because
Okay.
I just don't see it.
So you said 500. You said 450.
Yeah.
400. Both of you went over, so you busted.
Ha! Dang it.
But
Price
you
is
were
wrong.
closest. You were closest.
Yeah, I was closest. So that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I win. That's all.
The
that matters.
next pre-owned was 450. So I'll give it to you.
Champ.
So
Champ.
Champ.
I mean, they do have. It's just you get the newest, most up to date, items.
But what
It's
makes
gonna
it
be
new though? Like, if you think about
expensive.
it, you could buy this computer that you have.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for it?
Altogether,
Which I can understand you can customize it still, even like if newer stuff comes, out or whatnot. But like the thing about it is, what gets me is that next year they'll come out with something brand new, and it's going to be probably 2 times better than this, but it's going to probably be maybe 200 over it. But the thing about it is, if you try to sell this for the half the price of what you spent for, it's not even going to like come around the price of what you bought your computer, like your monitor and everything for.
yeah.
But
Because
that's what.
including monitors, and keyboard. I was excluding monitors,
And
keyboard.
Just the
I didn't
computer.
pay for mouse, but
your dock system and everything.
yeah. So just the computer itself, I think I spent 1,100.
Okay, and
And
when was this?
People out here spending $6,000 on the. You know what I mean?
Wait,
If you had $6,000, Jonathan, we would have a setup, bro.
Wait,
Like,
when
we
did-
would have
when
a
did you get
set.
your,
Oh
tower?
my god!
When did I get my tower?
Yeah, when did you get your tower?
Last year in summer.
I bet you I could pay for that, but it'd be $600.
Yeah,
Because the thing about it is like how
I mean, because
technology
it
comes.
it
I
has
just feel like
it has a Tomahawk motherboard, MSI.
he's like, this is the
It's
cheapest
got-
for this computer here.
I mean, basically, I chose like the best of the cheap.
The best
mean,
of the cheapers.
I mean, not for everything. I got a RTX. I think it's a 2060. Let me see exactly.
There your brother go.
Here we go.
Went into the void. He's never coming back now.
Oh, wow.
He's gotten too old. He can't even get off the ground.
Yeah.
See, he can't even read.
It's
It tells
sad,
you a
dude.
lot.
It's sad. His eyesight's messed up.
But I can't say nothing. He did like quit school at like 6th grade. I didn't
Yeah.
learn how to read until 7th, so
Yeah.
I give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also went to like a house school.
Yeah. Didn't we all though? Didn't we all?
Oh yeah, I might have like went like for month board. which is like a little city with only like one gas station back in the day, and we went to school in the woods, like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
We had prehistoric dinosaurs walking around us.
Yeah. Scary.
What is happening over there?
Jurassic Park is happening over here, Johnson. Because you left, Jurassic Park is happening. Not even Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic World.
Okay.
Jurassic World.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good. I love Chris Pratt, though.
It's
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
I can't read.
I can't read.
No. It is a 2060 GeForce RTX 2060
There you
GPU. So
There we go.
go. And see,
it's really
is
good.
it
And
works
it's got
fine.
an AMD Ryzen 7.
The point is it works and it works fine and it's pretty fluent. You have barely any problems. You know, if you had the top of the line of everything, and you'd probably pay $6,000, but you wouldn't get a Mac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the Mac is not going to get you nearly as far. It may run longer, but you ain't going to do much on it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
One of my friends, Brandon, he used to have one, and literally he had to make it have windows on it. He had to like basically break into the thing, make it have windows, and then he had to like go into the files every time he had to download something. It was like, why? Just buy a computer. And now he's got an amazing computer. He's like, I use a Mac. Man, it's bad for you. We're like, yes.
It's bad for your health.
It's bad for your health, man.
Gives you cancer.
An apple
Yeah.
a day makes you bad.
An apple a day puts you in
An
the
apple
grave.
a day.
You ever see that?
Bars puts you in the grave.
Did you ever see like how they there was someone that took the Apple like logo and took the part where it's supposed to be the stem and like it fits perfectly in the apple?
For the stem of what?
The
The
stem.
apple like stem. They move the
Oh.
stem and it matches perfectly where it's like chunked out.
Oh.
I know it's weird. Don't know why they did it, but I mean,
I mean, I
Apple.
think it's just simple.
Apples.
It's simple. You know what I mean? Like you cut it out and you just move it and boom, and then it works.
Yeah, because
this
then
is-
it's like, how do we get the stem? Do we just put a stem on there? It's like, well, we'll
Just-
cut out this part in the shape of a stem, put it up here.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just
cool.
saying-
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's edgy.
I mean, I guess
That's
it's
Apple.
it's
Are you
a
talking about
logos.
Illuminati stuff? Is that what we're getting into right now?
Oh, here
We're
we go.
And
talking
then if you take
Illuminati.
that and you attach it, and then you turn it sideways, Illuminati.
triangle.
Makes a triangle.
It makes a triangle.
With the eyeball
What's
dog.
What's up, cuz?
Illumi,
Okay,
not
so-
my apple.
The thing is with the Mac and everything, right? So you go to the store, you're like, man, I want to get a computer, and just straight up buy a computer. I can understand you buying a Mac if you don't do anything but like just
Check my emails.
Yeah.
You go on to
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. You go
I
on
guess.
to Pornhub. You know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you do, cope. So whatever you do.
Cope.
I thought,
Gotta be a little
I thought the MacBooks and everything was processed for people that had businesses, though.
It's just not as good
I don't
on
think
that
it- I thi-
either.
I don't
Right.
even think it was like a game computer. I think it was supposed to be for businesses. Like,
I know it's definitely not a gaming computer. I'm saying like,
if you're old and you're a boomer, Mac.
yes.
Not Mac, but Apple products.
Yeah,
Just be a boomer.
because I feel it's
does.
super
tells
simple.
It tells you how to do it. It
Yeah.
tells you how to do stuff. It's like big button.
But when you're
I
young,
press this home button and it does everything
and you
for
want
me.
to play games, you want to have performance, you want it to go faster, you want it to do
I'm
all
not a
this
hater.
stuff. $6,000, my God, $6,000, you are gonna get a amazing computer for that much. And these people are going out here and buying a computer that's $6,000 and
Why
going
would I do-
home.
Why would I do that? I can have ray tracing.
I have an Asus.
Whatever that is.
I have an $800 Asus. That's perfect fine, and it turns into a tablet. That we also do like all our gamings on Sundays, like our information and everything, which is pretty fun. I just like Asus because it's more of a gaming computer. Well, a laptop technically, but it itself is a gaming computer.
Yeah, so much better. But what we need to get to right now is meme culture. A new thing we're going to be doing videos on. It's going to be the top 100 memes of the decade. Is where we're starting it out as. And if it goes anywhere from there, that'll be it. But what I want to know
This
is what...
is for us getting to our goal
Yeah, our goal.
of 69 subscribers. We appreciate every 69 one of you. Okay.
69 subscribers. Okay, you better not change it, Lucas.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to see something. I'm
Just
trying
checking
to see,
it out.
I'm just trying to see how many subscribers.
We got 69, bro.
Are y'all sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all went
We
down
checked it.
too.
Yeah, we checked it.
Y'all went down too, by the way.
Mhm.
Y'all went down too.
Dang, your brother said y'all ain't even good enough to even have the 69.
But that's Dakota in the background, by the way. So just so you know.
Our brother, little brother.
Yeah. So getting 69 subscribers, we're gonna be doing this thing called meme culture, and we're gonna be looking at the top 100 memes of this last decade. We're talking all of them, okay, all the best ones, you know.
But the whole point is I am absent-minded of what memes are.
He's not good at memes, okay, and I know a pretty decent amount of memes, okay. So we've done a few recordings on it so far, but we're not done. So stay tuned for that. But on that note, I want to know, Lucas, what your favorite meme is. And I don't know, of all time? We'll go, of all time. What's your favorite
Of all
meme?
time, yes.
What's your favorite meme?
Because I have an answer for that
I
one.
love this one.
I'll find you an example.
I actually got, which, I showed you, and I already told you because we had this discussion, was Uganda Knuckles. Reason why it was the most crazy meme, because I love Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, when I played Sonic on the Sega, and whenever I was younger, in the 90s, and I was like kind of baby, I was like, it's just funny because I'm not trying to say make fun of a culture of someone, but it just...
Memes are, but that's what kind of memes...
I mean,
memes make everything lighthearted. It's for the good and the bad, though.
Which
I just want to say that.
It's okay. I'll show it. It's okay. Just you get a little Uganda Knuckles on the t-shirt.
What's
He's
up?
Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan Blue Uganda Knuckles.
I had to get it made. I ain't gonna lie. I loved it. It was funny. It's just I don't know why, but how it's just like show me the way. Like, running around. It was just stupid.
Yeah,
it was just so dumb, and I just like loved it because I was like, if I wanted to be a meme, I would be him.
Yeah. Which Uganda Knuckles is, I feel, in this last decade was in my top 10 of funniness. But it wasn't my number one. I don't know what my number one is, but going through the top 100 by the end, I'm gonna tell everybody my favorite one.
Alright, I already know mine, but it did not exist in the tens.
In the tens.
In the
In the tens. Because my knowledge of memes exist back when I was in high school for whenever I was looking at memes.
Yeah.
And that was even like basically I would look at memes for like 15 minutes and then play Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. The best ever.
On the computer at school. And it was real fun. But to tell you...
What's this mean?
Huh?
What's
Yeah,
that
to
mean?
tell you... I wanted to get an example, just in case someone doesn't know.
Well, just tell me. And
I'm going to tell you!
you don't have to show anybody.
I'm
Just
not
show
gonna
me.
I'm not going to...
He said...
What is happening right now? Tell us what happened.
I just want to know, dude.
I know, you're excited.
he's
I am
like,
too.
Watch is gonna be
You're
the-
going to
the-
know
the
what
boy.
it is. It's not
If
like
it's
it's
garbage,
not.
I'm drop
No,
kicking
it's
you.
not.
You're getting a whole
I
drop kick.
love these. I'm
backing
about
up.
to say just a few of them.
There's more than one.
Yes, it's a
Meme,
it's a
it's a-
meme.
it's
It's
a
a
meme.
thing, dude. It's you do it has
Okay,
this
I
and you
got
do
you. I
this.
got-
I kind of feel bad because I
It
cheated
is-
because I did glance, so I'm gonna
So
just
he
let you
knows.
glance. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you try to think about
It
it.
is.
Now you're gonna get a drop kick just because I want to drop kick
Now
you.
look, he's so angry. Okay, it is Velociraptor.
Oh, yeah.
Velociraptor.
I like how he was like
Okay.
so excited until it's like, oh, isn't that one? Oh,
It's
okay.
Velociraptor.
It's
Okay.
okay. I don't know.
Why is it that Slim Chance and Fat Chance mean the same thing? Velociraptor. Okay. If you believe in reincarnation, would your tombstone say RIP or BRB? Huh? I love these. They're basically puns, really. They're almost. Okay. What if Pinocchio said that my nose will grow? Yeah. Is he lying or not?
I mean, is his nose growing though?
But if it grows, then,
I'm just
then he's
saying,
lying. But
He
if
said
he's
my
lying-
nose will grow.
I think
Then
that
it will grow eventually. When he tells a lie.
When he tells a lie, it grows. If he says my nose will grow, then will it grow? Because if it doesn't grow, then he didn't lie. But if it grows, then he lied. But he didn't lie because it grew.
I think
So he would explode.
What are you talking? No, it won't. If he says my nose will grow, it's not gonna grow. Okay, it's not like he has command over his nose.
I'm just
His
saying,
lies have command over his nose.
I'm just saying he might.
But
do.
is
He
it a
doesn't
What are you
lie?
talking about?
My nose will grow.
He
Okay.
doesn't know.
I'm saying, like, if he's just walking around, why? See, this is why these are good. Because it sparks debate.
No, okay.
If
Pinocchio's
Pinocchio
nose.
says, listen, Pinocchio's!
Okay, what's up?
If Pinocchio's nose grows.
Okay, his nose is here.
Yes.
Okay.
He says, yo, my nose will grow. Meaning, right now, my nose will grow. Not saying, my nose will grow sometime in the future because I will tell a lie and it will grow. He's saying, this statement, my nose will grow. If it does not grow, then he told a lie, which means that it will grow. But if it grows, then he didn't tell a lie, meaning that it wouldn't grow. It's a paradox. Thomas.
But no. If he says my nose will grow, under the circumstances, I guess. If he says okay,
Please don't do this because your brother's gonna explode trying to explain this to you.
dude,
Do you get it? Are you understanding this?
I understand what
Paradox?
you're saying.
I understand the
but
paradox,
but
but
it's the thought process of like, if he says that, it won't happen. His nose won't grow.
No, his head will explode is
No,
what will
it
happen.
won't. It will literally just.
It'll just go.
His nose will just stay here because
well, I think his nose never goes back until the fairy technically came down and was like, hey, you can get your nose back. Don't lie again.
I've never seen Pinocchio.
I've never seen that.
honestly.
I thought it just went back down later
Oh
on.
no!
I thought the
I
nose
know
just
the
kinda
donkey
came back-
part.
What?
Yeah,
That's
where
Shrek,
they-
bro.
They turned into donkeys.
No, Shrek might be one of those donkeys.
Yes. Okay.
What?
Now
We're
we're going back.
watching
Yeah.
too much Matt Pat. We're watching too
Well, I
much
know what
film
you're talking
theory.
about.
What is going on?
They
Watch
turned
film
into
theory.
yeah.
We're not going.
I wanna
Just
watch
watch
it.
the movie. Please watch the movie.
I
It's-
watch all of the Shrek movies. I know them all.
No, it's not the Shrek movie. It's Pinocchio. It came out in like the 70s and 60s, 50s.
Why?
50s,
I'm not
think.
gonna take my time out of the day to go watch a 40 or 50-year-old movie that talks about why his nose grows. I can Google that.
It's not that. It's
okay.
a donkey dog.
I don't donkey. What about donkey?
Technically.
Okay.
No, never mind.
Here's a better one. All right. Here's a
This
really
is
good one.
Velociraptor.
Why did Velociraptor? Why did Miss Frizzle teach kids about science using a magic school bus?
Because
Okay, I get
Because
it.
science-
Yeah,
because
I see it.
science doesn't
She didn't
explain.
explain the magic.
No,
did she?
science doesn't explain everything, and that was the point of the show.
I'm just saying.
That's not true at all.
Okay. I got a perfect example.
Okay.
She went up in a germ, bro.
Uh-huh.
She
Yes.
went real small and went up in a germ.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get up inside of a germ, it's not explaining anything. It's just like, this is a bad boy. Like, the germs aren't good.
Look,
Okay. So
Some germs. are
she went
good,
into a
okay?
cell eventually. She's like, look,
This
the
actually happened. I've seen
mitochondria,
this
this is the
show.
powerhouse of the cell, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, blah, 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 blah.
That's
yeah,
not a germ though.
Sure.
That's a cell.
I know. I'm saying, like, but she went into a cell as well. So what I'm
I
saying,
think he's on drugs.
I think so. Look,
what I'm saying is like that. The meaning of that show was like,
that's explaining scientifically what's going on with germs, Thomas. What are you
I
on
know,
about,
but she has
kid?
to explain it, right? So because
She never gets in the school bus. Goes, hey kids, scientifically this is how we're flying.
because science doesn't explain everything.
But okay, that is the Thor process of people here think this is magic, but it's actually science situation. Okay, but guess what? He still explains it that it is science. None of this is magic. It is science in their culture. It seems like magic to us, but whatever. So this magical school bus could be scientific in nature, but we just think that it's magic, and she just tells the kids it's magic. I'm fighting against myself right now. but she never goes and tells the children.
Because you don't have to.
It's a magic
You're a
bus.
teacher.
If I'm on a school bus that's taking me inside germs, Thomas,
I'm hopping in that bus.
I'm asking questions, though. I'm saying, yo, how are we this small now? Am
No,
I going to die when
I'm
I
not
go
going
up?
to ask that question,
Can I go up
Jonathan.
in Thanos' butt and kill him?
No.
And
Thanos ain't a problem yet. It's not in that universe. We got multiverses, bro.
all right.
When Thanos snapped, this is another tangent. When Thanos snapped, did it remove the multiverses half of population too, or just that population of that universe? Can you explain that?
I can't.
Get over it then.
I
Okay.
can.
And
Actually,
did it remove Miss Frizzles?
Tell me one.
Did it remove Miss Frizzles?
Tell me one more time.
What?
What you just said.
Which one? Did it remove Miss Frizzles?
No, before that.
Thanos?
Yeah.
When he snapped his fingers, did it remove the multiverses half of population?
Okay.
Or just
That universes.
yeah?
Obviously,
did it explain
obviously,
that? I don't remember.
Obviously,
I
it
can't
just,
say it did or didn't.
Obviously, just that. Because Thanos.
It was his thought.
Oh,
that did-
see, here we go. Spoilers. I mean, if you ain't seen it by now, I feel like people know.
I have to ask you something. The reason why I was looking this up, and sorry, I'm not trying to text anybody, but we had this discussion before, and you said you never had it, I don't think. But did y'all, when y'all were in middle school, did y'all have brain pops?
Mm-mm. Sounds like a delicious treat.
It's legitly, it was like some kind of like kid robot. It's like something.
Oh
you
yeah,
know-
that dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like some old, like, Riggedy Ann 80s cartoon trying to teach, kids how to do things.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
But it was like, I had that discussion because y'all started talking about, like, the magic school bus, and I'm, like, thinking, like, why is your teacher driving the school bus? Like, that's sketchy. I don't care who you are.
No. Okay, think of it like this, right? Okay, magic school bus is a thing.
Yes.
You got your teacher teaching you science.
But why is
Okay,
you driving
just
the bus,
because
though?
just because you're magical don't mean you don't believe in science. Just because you're a Christian don't mean you don't believe in science. Okay? Theoretically, God is magical, right? He's a magical man. So, you can still believe in science
If God
and believe in magic too.
If God believes that no one created him, is he an atheist?
I don't know. I never talked to God. I never asked him these questions.
No, that's a philosopher. That's a philosopher raptor dude.
Velociraptor dude.
I'll make it.
I don't know. I thought it
No,
came out
that
after-
just makes him like, huh?
Just makes him
Because it's the thought. Atheism is the thought that there's a higher.
No,
power
atheists
out
don't
there.
believe. They believe that there's not a God.
No, that's
Yeah, not atheist.
It's not atheist. It's
what is it?
Don't know.
Archipelago. What was it?
What? That ain't a thing, Jonathan.
Yes, it,
Jonathan's like,
archipelagos, yes.
Archipelago does. You not sing without music, sir.
Acapella, bro. It's acapella. You've done acapella, bro.
No,
What
no.
are you talking about?
That should be
You've
like the
been
new.
to the you've seen that movie
Archipelagos.
Apollo.
Please make a music channel and be like, Acapella Bros.
No.
We're not gonna do everything acapella, bro.
Yeah.
You had to do Acapella Bros.
I play guitar. Anyways.
It's not
No. What the one? What's the thing? Not atheist.
There's
What?
so many religions. Why can't we just believe in a goat?
No. What?
I believe in Kobe.
Where you don't believe you believe that there might be a God, but you don't know.
That's a
That's
not atheist.
That's
no.
not atheist.
Atheists don't believe in God.
I keep wanting to say anarchist.
No.
And
It's
obviously that is not
we had
right.
this discussion. We legitimately had this discussion in your car.
Yeah.
Apatheist?
No. What?
No,
No.
no.
Is someone who is not interested in accepting or rejecting
No,
any
no.
claims that
No,
gods
no.
exist or do not exist.
No.
They just don't want to think about it. Agnostic.
No. Agnostic. Yes.
Agnostic.
Yes. He could be agnostic. That's what I was trying to think. Man. We figured it out, though.
Yeah, agnostic is it.
Wait, you said your favorite. Thomas, you're not going to say yours at all?
I'm gonna say it for the end of meme culture.
You're going to look and figure it out.
No, I'm gonna.
Well, maybe mine.
I just think
I don't think mine's going to change. I will always love Velociraptor.
No,
because it causes these debates. We could literally next.
Jonathan loves debates, though.
I'm just saying.
He loves debates.
What do you think his favorite meme's gonna be?
Oh, there you go. Y'all
What
both
I
guess
think
mine.
it's gonna
Y'all
be-
both guess mine.
I think your favorite meme is going to be planking.
Stop.
I think it's gonna be that boy. The
That
little,
boy.
the little frog.
frog?
The
Oh, yeah.
frog.
That boy.
That boy.
No,
Yeah.
that'd be John Tan.
Yeah,
Our friend John Tan. Probably a dat boy.
I can't
no,
see
What do you
John
genuinely
Tan
think
as
mine
that.
I think yours it would probably be TikTok.
No,
Stop it.
never mind. I tell you that
Stop
back.
it.
I know what it is.
What?
The Randy Orton RKO.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, that is a good one.
I
Though.
think that's our brother Dakota's favorite. RKO out of nowhere.
Okay, oh, nowhere.
Or just
Okay, all three of y'all through that table.
Oh goodness.
through this table right here. Then you have to be Jonathan for real. I told him about Jonathan. His table.
Oh,
problem.
yeah, the table prop. We'll talk about that on another time, okay? But I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. This is ExcitaCast. We're gonna have more people on. Maybe Lucas is gonna come on a few more times. So.
I never will.
Okay, well, that's it. That's it right there.
But we have reached our goal to 69.
Sexy.
What is the next number that we could try to hit? What is the next? What number could you even fathom, Lucas, that we try to get to next?
125.
$1 billion.
I like all these numbers. $1 billion is very,
But
very
the number
out there
it's gonna
for us.
be is 420.
420. Let's go. Next number we're getting to.
Okay, 420.
420. let's try to get
What
to
are y'all gonna do for 420?
I've never smoked marijuana before. No.
What will we do, Jonathan?
No.
This
what
is gonna
will
be like
we
a
do?
Snoop Dogg broadcast.
No.
OMG.
When we get there, we will make pineapple pizza.
Ugh.
No.
Okay, fine. I like pineapple pizza. I don't know.
We'll come up. Y'all come up with.
Yeah,
things.
we have
can't
a
be
while to
smoking
go.
We can't be smoking the Smokies.
You give us. You
Smokey the
tell us what we
Smokies.
can do when we get there.
Yeah,
You
that's a good thing.
If there's
Put it in
something
the
that
comments.
you like,
Just.
And by the way, like this video because the algorithm loves it when you like the videos. Okay, so if you like the video, then
Or dislike 'em.
then YouTube will like us. Or if you don't like it, then
Dislike the
give
heck
us our
out of
first
this video.
dislike.
Please do, or I will.
What the heck?
anyway.
It's still love. It's still love.
No, it's not. It's hate.
Look, there's plenty of people that got famous from hate.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rebecca
but
Black.
I'd rather just be at least
Yep.
kind of. I would like to be a little bit liked.
Yeah.
At least a little.
Justin Bieber.
We'll never like you.
I know, but I said a little.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button to make us get on that journey to 420. Okay? And on that note, stay tuned.
And stay excited.
Yeah.
Boom.
There we go.